Then is it wrong to say those future things which are inevitably determined exist? Section 9. Kasapika. Then is it wrong to say those future things which are inevitably determined exist? Theravada. Yes. Kasapika. But will not future things which are inevitably determined happen? Theravada. Yes. Kasapika. Surely then things inevitably determined exist. Section 10. Theravada. Granting that future things, if inevitably determined, will happen, do they exist? Kasapika. Yes. Theravada. Granting they will happen, are they present? Kasapika. No, the future is not the present. Theravada. I repeat my question. Kasapika. Yes, since, if they are existent, they are present. Theravada. And granting that present things will cease, are they non-existent? Kasapika. Nay, that cannot truly be said. Theravada. But you have already admitted this. Points of controversy. 1.9 of Applications in Mindfulness. Contracto vert point. That all mental states are applications in mindfulness. Section 1. Theravada. Do all cognizable things constitute applications in mindfulness? And Haka. Yes. Theravada. Then must you also admit that all cognizable things constitute mindfulness, the controlling faculty and force of mindfulness. Mindfulness that is perfect. That is a factor of enlightenment. The soul-conveying path leading to extinction, to enlightenment, to disintegration, are not bound up with the intoxicants, not akin to the fetters, ties, floods, bonds, hindrances, contagions, graspings, corruptions. You must admit that all cognizable things constitute the 10 recollections, namely of the Buddha, the norm, the order, morals, pious liberality, the devas, mindfulness in respiration, reflection on death, mindfulness concerning the body, reflection on peace. But this you deny. Section 2. Again, you must equally admit, given your first affirmation, that the eye organ constitutes an application in mindfulness. And if you are driven to admit that it does, then you must admit everything for it, which, as I claim, you must admit for all cognizable things. Section 3. The same argument holds for the 4 other sense organs, for the 5 objects of sense, for lust, hate, dullness, conceit, error, doubt, sloth, distraction, impudence, indiscretion. Section 4. Is mindfulness itself an application of mindfulness, and conversely? If you admit this, then must you also admit that each of the foregoing cognizable things is an application of mindfulness, and that application of mindfulness is each of those things. You deny. Then do you hold that each of those cognizable things is an application of mindfulness, but not conversely? You assent. Then you must equally admit that mindfulness itself is an application in mindfulness, but that application in mindfulness is not mindfulness. Section 5. And Haka. Then is it wrong to say all things are applications in mindfulness? Theravada. Yes. And Haka. But is not mindfulness established concerning all cognizable things? Theravada. Yes. And Haka. How then, good sir, can you deny what I affirm? All cognizable things are applications of mindfulness? Theravada. We have said that mindfulness is established concerning all cognizable things. Now, are all cognizable things applications of mindfulness? And Haka. Yes. Theravada. Contact is established with respect to all cognizable things. Are then all such things applications in contact? For this is that to which you have committed yourself. Again, feeling, perception, volition, consciousness, each of these is established with respect to all cognizable things. Are then all such things applications in feeling, in perception, etc. For this must equally be admitted. Section 6. Again, if your proposition is to stand, then you equally admit for all beings that they have mindfulness at hand, are endowed and set up with mindfulness, having it ever in readiness. Moreover, was it not said by the Exalted One? They, bhikkhus, who do not enjoy mindfulness regarding the body, do not enjoy the ambrosial. They, bhikkhus, who enjoy mindfulness regarding the body, enjoy the ambrosial? Is the sutta thus? You admit it is. But do all beings enjoy, obtain, practice, develop, and multiply mindfulness regarding the body? You know they do not. Section 7. Again, was it not said by the Exalted One? There is a way, bhikkhus, that leads only to the purification of beings, to the passing beyond sorrow and grief, to the extinction of ill and sadness, to the attainment of right method, to the realization of nibbana, and that way is the four applications of mindfulness. Is the sutta thus? You admit it is. But have all beings this one and only way so leading? You are bound to admit that they have not. Again, was it not said by the Exalted One? When a wheel-turning monarch appears, bhikkhus, then doth there appear 7 treasures. What are the 7? The treasure of the wheel doth appear, and the treasures of the elephant, the horse, the jewel, the woman, the householder, the heir apparent. Yea, bhikkhus, on the appearance of a wheel-turning monarch do these 7 treasures appear. When a Tathagata appears, bhikkhus, Arahant Buddha Supreme, then doth there appear these 7 treasures of enlightenment. What are the 7? The treasures of those factors of enlightenment: mindfulness, search for truth, energy, zest, serenity, concentration, equanimity. Yea, bhikkhus, on the appearance of a Tathagata Arahant, Buddha Supreme, do these 7 treasures appear? Is the sutta thus? You admit it is. But do all things become that treasure of mindfulness which is a factor of enlightenment, when a Tathagata appears? You know they do not, yet you are bound to admit they do. Lastly, if all things are applications of mindfulness, they must be equally other of the 37 things pertaining to enlightenment, such as the supreme efforts, the steps to magic potency, the controlling faculties and forces, the factors of enlightenment. To this admission are you committed? Points of controversy. 1.10 of existence in immutable modes.